All right, today we're gonna break down the lower frame assembly on an A01, and we're gonna show you how to remove the hammer pin retaining peg in case it happens to get stuck in your frame. It's pretty rare if the gun's assembled properly and hasn't been, abused. It comes out really easy. We'll try and get it out on this one just to show you how it would come out. But in the end, I'm gonna end up shearing off the pin and showing you how that works. So first thing we wanna do, of course, make sure your pistol is empty, unloaded. Pull our hammer back, or our slide back to our takedown notch. Make sure they're lined up. Push the slide stop out. Set it off the side. We're not gonna worry about the upper today, so we're gonna set it off to the side. Next thing you wanna do is go ahead and take the grips off. And that is a T15 Torx. You need to take the grips off to get to the mainspring housing pin or the mainspring pin. You don't want that hammer pressure on there when we're trying to remove the sear cage or the hammer. So we're going to take that pressure off, the spring out first. Hurrah for magnetic chucks. Oh, nice fit. Okay, there's our mainspring pin. We can go ahead and lower that on the hammer, take as much of the pressure off as possible. Take your punch, push the pin out. Now if you push the bottom of the frame down on the bottom of the table, it keeps that mainspring plug in place. Allows that pin to come out of there real easy. You just release the pressure on the frame, and you see the plug comes out. Spring gets that out to the side. Next thing we want to take out is our sear cage and our safeties. And the safeties are retained by this sear spring. There's a little notch inside the safety bar. And on the A01 sear cages, we went ahead and put another notch there, literally just for takedown. Holds it out of the way, spring out of the way, so you don't have to worry about it popping back inside this slot right here. So we're gonna push the safety out. The left side safety comes out first. And the right side safety will swing and come out. And then our sear cage is actually retained by the sear pin. It holds everything in place there. So that goes out from the right side to the left side. It's purposely designed. The safety retains it in place. But you'll see there's a shoulder right there. It keeps it from walking out the other side. Now when we pull that out, all the internals for the sear cage come out with it. Sear spring, cage itself. Now the next part that we were talking about, we wanted to show, is this little pin. This is the hammer pin retaining peg. Here's one out of the gun. You can see what it looked like. And I have this one to replace the one when we shear it off. Now, we've designed this as all a nice captured thing, makes it look better. Does make this a little bit annoying to remove. That is like the preferred method for removing this pin. And you can see how it came out that far. And you give it a little bit more of a tap and it pops out the rest of the way. But if it starts to come out like that, you can continue to do it just the way I was doing it a second ago, and it will come out. Now, like I said, for the purpose of this video, we're gonna go ahead and push it back in. We're gonna get our bench block to set the frame up on. Put this pinhole over one of the holes in the block. And we're gonna take a punch about the same diameter as the hammer pin. And we're gonna give it a real hard hit. And you can see, it just sheared that pin right off. And that's what you do when you have a stuck hammer pin retaining peg. The hammer pin should be perfectly reusable. Obviously you want to get a new retaining peg, and we have those on our website if you happen to get one that gets stuck like that. Now, when we reinstall a new one, I'll show you the way to install it where you should never have to worry about doing that. So if you look from the top there, there's our hole. Yep, you can see her there. So we're gonna put our hammer pin back in. We're gonna make sure that this notch and that this hole is lined up with the hole through the top of the frame so that we can actually get the peg back in. These are also designed to go from one side to the other. It's the only way they'll go. There's our new peg. We'll just set our new peg on there and just push it in. Nope, see, now it doesn't want to go in, so I must not have the hammer pin lined up quite right. So we'll push it back out. Make sure she's lined up the right direction. And then that should just drop right in.